sitting here so that maybe I can say something, as we say in television, voiceover at the very beginning. So it's a picture of you more or less looking at me and as if I were asking a question or something like that. But I've just, I must say that the stories of what's been going on in Ethiopia have been in the papers a lot, but it's really difficult to follow unless you sit down in one session and read all the stories at once, which I did this morning. I don't know if you saw it, but there was a story in the paper today about the United States giving aid. Just every day there's another story. It's very confusing with all the internal wars in the other countries, just too many factions to keep in your head. Okay, how's that? Do we have enough? But I don't know who's going to talk, and we won't plan it out. We'll just pretend it's a conversation and that he's not here. Just going to. You're not here, okay? Okay. All right.
Ignore the lights and the cameras.
Ignore the cameras, ignore the lights, pretend it doesn't exist. They used to tell me that. They used to say to me, relax. And I used to say, how can I relax when this light is shining in my face and there's a microphone attached to me?
We're rolling.
Okay. Does that mean I can go anytime?
Anytime.
Okay, Samson, can you tell us what you have been doing and what your sisters and brothers have been doing since the revolution in 1974?
Sure. Well, we were at this literacy campaign. Started in 74. Went on to 76.
What was the literacy campaign?
Well, we went out to different parts of the province, and we had to build roads, bridges, and get the political consciousness of the peasants and so forth up a bit.
Now,
As
members of the royal family, how were you ever prepared for that kind of life?
We weren't. We didn't know how it was going to go. We had to prove ourselves in a sort of way. And at first everybody was cold, and especially the guys, the military people that were our leaders. And it went on okay after a while.
Were you ever abused or?
No, not really.
Can I ask your sisters what it was like being in the literacy campaign? Were you afraid?
Yes, we were afraid because a lot of propaganda has been spread, especially about the royal family. And we had no idea how the people have reacted to that propaganda. So kind of was scary at the beginning. But more or less after we were there, we knew the people got to be easier, and they accepted us. But still there was a danger of really, because you didn't know how or when you'd be attacked, because well, you were still.
Did you ever have a particularly bad experience?
Yes, because the students still, there was some who supported the regime very much, the new military regime, and they knew we were from the royal family, and you never knew what they would do to you. It's a matter of survival, and just showing them that you are as simple as they are. But still, I don't think they quite accepted us as we thought or would have liked them to do so.
Did you have any particularly bad experience, Meret?
Yes, I had a bad experience because at my campaign, the students really didn't accept me as any one of them. I was always, a member of the family, and, I had that scar all the time. And at one time, I remember I had, it's very difficult to put it in simple words, but because well, she was sick at the time, and she went home. Our home was near there, because nobody was going to do anything about it, So she went to have some treatment, and well, after that, she had to go and report back, and she was punished for about two weeks, because that they accused her that she came from the royal family, and really it was kind of for the luxury she missed. She went back home, and that was one of the worst experiences at the campaign. But actually, it was her that had the toughest time, I think, from the three of us. Yes.
I can see that it's still terrible even just to think about.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask any one of you if you can tell us what happened with your family, your mother and father.
While we were in the campaign, my father was on house arrest. He was governor of Wallaga at the time, well, was, and then they took him in to Addis. And my mother was still living in Wallaga, and we used to come over and see her, on weekends and so forth. And they took her while we were still in the campaign.
They took your mother in?
Yeah, she was arrested while we were still there. And that's when we knew it got really scary, because we were just left all alone, and it was really a shock and very scary,
And she finally died in prison, didn't she?
Yes, she did. She died while she was there.
Tell me how you escaped. How did you finally get out?
Well, I can't say anything, because the people that are still back home, we don't.
Well, I don't want the details, and I certainly don't expect you to give us names of people who helped you, but can you give us the rough impressions of how you escaped without revealing any secrets you don't want to?
Well,
can you tell us what countries you were taken to?
yeah, we went to Nairobi, and then on to Sweden and Germany. We stayed in Germany, Frankfurt, so that immigration, we had our paperwork processed to enter the United States and Germany.
Was it sort of all done by an underground network of some kind?
No, the Council of Churches sponsored us, and they were really enormous help in getting us to the United States. And it's through their help and that we finally got to get here.
Also, some very close friends of ours in Sweden helped us a lot, individuals. And when we got there, they showed us a lot of love, and that people really cared about us. And it was really nice once we got out, of all the nice people we've met on the way. Yes.
Tell me about the emotional feeling of being out from under that terrible pressure and fear that you must have been living for the past few years. What's the emotional reaction been?
Well, it was a bit sad because of the people you've left back home, There is no trial, there's no right for any human being. They're slaughtered and killed like flies. And it's very sad that, especially our loved ones we've left there, to leave them, and to leave Ethiopia and go. But we're very happy and relieved that we are safe, and we have our little brothers and sisters, and we can take care of each other with all the possibilities open to us, especially coming to this country in the United States, and knowing that we are going to be free people, normal people, and that there are some people also who care about humans and will give us all the opportunities and rights as any individuals. I think that means the biggest thing to us right now after our terrible experience we've had at home.
Mayorette, did you want to say something?
Yeah, exactly the same thing. I feel really relieved because now we have a chance to live, a normal life.
Have you all had trouble sleeping, and are you sleeping better now that you're here?
Oh, yes, yes.
Tell me about that.
Well, while we were there in Addis, you always hear shots at night or even the daytime, And it's really scary because they can come in any time and pick you up.
Yes,
And we were always...
That was the worst thing, that knowing any minute or any time they can just break in and, you know, arrest you. That was the worst part of the experience. I really has left some kind of a scar.
How long did you live like that?
We lived like that after
After we came from the cemetery?
Yeah.
After we came from the campaign?
2 years.
2 years?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
You've been living like that for 2 years.
Yeah. You know, it's very dangerous. I mean, you know, you never know what's going to happen tomorrow, and
you dread every minute, you know, because you don't know what to expect next minute, and it's terrible. But now we're here. We've slept the last 2 days that we've been here, haven't we?
You slept for 2 days?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's a great relief.
Let me ask you about something a little happier, I hope. Tell me about what you remember about your great-grandfather, Haile Selassie. Samson?
He was a great man. You know, admire him very much for everything that he's done for the country.
What were your personal recollections of him? Did you used to go sit on his knee when you were a baby? Do you remember that sort of thing?
No, I used to go for car rides with him when he went out in Addis, and when he, how'd you say it? How'd you say, when you open some new building and something like that? I used to accompany him. And
do any of you have a special story to tell about him that you remember personally?
Oh, what I remember about him is his smile,
yeah.
And well, when he smiles, there's a lot of kindness that is revealed from the smile. That's the picture I still have of him, and we really loved him. You know, he was everything put together: a great man and a great father, and a lot of things just put into one man.
He liked dogs, and you know, if we tease his dog, he used to get angry and, you know, say, you know, don't annoy my dog. He really liked pets.
What are your plans now? Are you going to go to school, or what do you hope to do?
Well, we'll be hoping to go to school, you know.
But the main thing is now, what was important at the time of our escape is to get away safely. But we have had, I mean, we are penniless. I mean, we didn't bring any money, nothing. We just went out with the clothes we had on. Now, you see, from here on, we came to America knowing that we'll have opportunities, that we'll be free, and we have made no plans for the future. But what we would like to do is, I'll be going to college, my brothers will be going to school, and some of us to high school. But and we hope to be together, all of us, like we were always. But we have to work very hard on that, because no previous arrangements have been done. All this is, you know, step by step. First, let's get to America, and then, you know, see what opportunities we have and what we can work on. And then from there on, we do whatever is open to us.
Are any American officials helping you? Have you had any contact with the State Department?
No, not yet, no.
Do you know where you want to go to school, Samson?
Well, not right now. I just want to know what sort of opportunities there are open for me before I jump into anything. Because once I'm in America, you know, I want to do something that, you know, I can really be in a position to help my brothers and sisters.
Have you all been told that you can stay here permanently?
Yeah, we've been granted the immigrant visa, and we can't stay
For 2 years.
for 2 years. Yeah.
Visas for 2 years, and then as we hope we can stay. I mean, you know, after these 2 years, then we'll see how long.
Okay, Susan, is there any other direction?
I think maybe you want to
should tell you that this